War, truth is the first casualty. Aeschylides. Today, I'll explain how this photograph brings the complex Vietnam War to life in a virtual experience that is public, powerful, and poetic. First, I will describe the virtual experience that the photo creates by narrating the immediate context around the photo and the events connected with it. Second, I'll explain how this photo became and was public to a worldwide audience, displaying the Vietnam War for all to see. Third, I will explain how this photo creates a poetic scene out of extreme violence, which helps boost its publicity and power. Fourth and finally, I'll explain how powerful this photo was because of its effect on those involved and how it changed the entire course of the war. To begin, this photograph creates a virtual experience by pulling the viewer straight into the violence and ruthlessness of the Vietnam War. The scene begins with Eddie Adams, a war correspondent and photojournalist, taking a picture of General Nguyen Ngo Lan and a Viet Cong prisoner. Adams sees the general pull his pistol out and gets his camera ready, thinking that he's just going to interrogate the prisoner. However, as Adams takes the picture, Lone fires the shot, and Adams snaps that picture right when the bullet enters the prisoner's brain. For some context, the prisoner was believed to have just murdered the wife and 6 children of one of Lon's colleagues and was found by a mass gravesite of more than 30 civilians. This photo is just but a second of the carnage that was going on in Saigon that day, and it already contains so much graphic violence and cruelty. In this way, the picture creates a virtual experience of Vietnam in that day for anyone who looks at it. After this, as soon as this photo was published to the public, it gained notoriety and became very well known to people all across the world. Many of us have probably seen this photo before. It has inexplicably become a symbol of the Vietnam War in the minds of people across the world. Susan Moeller, a professor at the University of Maryland, said, "You can talk about the execution photograph from the Vietnam War, and not just the generation who lived through it, but multiple generations can recall the photograph." This photo is public and iconic across multiple generations and couldn't be more widespread in the minds of people everywhere. Next, a further pull of this photograph is just how poetic it is. The photograph, you can see that the prisoner's face is contorted from the bullet's impact. On the left, you can see a soldier wincing at the sound of the shot and cringing at the gruesome sight right in front of him. Overall, Hal Buell, Adams' photo editor at the time of the picture, explained it well. In one frame, it symbolized the war's full brutality. This photo displays the terribleness of that war in a chaotic, poetically disturbing way. Due to the different aspects of the photograph, it became a powerful device, powerful enough to change the course of the whole war. The picture was quickly taken up as a banner by those demanding that the war end. Michelle Nickerson, a professor at Loyola University Chicago, said that the photo translated the news of Tet in a way that you couldn't really quantify in terms of how many people were, at the moment, turned against the war. This picture also put a lot of really bad light on General Nguyen Ngo Lan, the man who executed the prisoner. Most people didn't know the context of the photo. They just saw a hard-looking man execute a sad-looking man. Lan later had to flee Vietnam when it fell to the north, and many people tried to have him deported back to Vietnam when he moved to the US on grounds of the photo. Adams became friends with Lan and even testified on his behalf at his deportation trial. However, even so, the photo followed Adams for the rest of his life and haunted him throughout it. In summary, the photo displayed the brutality of the Vietnam War through a virtual experience that was public, poetic, and powerful. The photo quickly circulated all over the world and can be recalled by many generations today. The photo had a ghastly type of poetry infused within it, bringing out the drama and emotions that were in the actual scene. Finally, the photo had a huge effect on the war itself and on the individuals involved, even haunting them to their deathbeds. After General Lon died, Adams said, "Two people died in that photograph. The general killed the Viet Cong. I killed the general with my camera." When Adams took the picture, he had no idea what its implications would be on the war or on the general. In the end, Adams' camera ended up being a more powerful weapon than Lon's gun.